Okay, hi everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of 3 videos from West Marin Community Mediation. Here to tell you a little bit more about what it is we do, how we do it, and what you can expect when you work with us. My name is Harold Sloan. I am a mediator with West Marin Mediation. You can always go to our website, westmarinmediation.org, for more info. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you start there and make this a little bit more clearer to you. So, process. How does this all work? Well, the first question that comes up is whether or not your conflict is appropriate for mediation, right? And my answer for that is that any conflict where all the parties are willing to come together and have a civil and respectful conversation, work out their differences, and come to a mutually agreeable resolution is absolutely appropriate for mediation. And at West Marin Mediation, that all starts with a phone call. And we have a phone call with each party who is involved. In that, we want to get a better sense of the overview of the conflict and the people involved. We're going to make a decision whether we think it's appropriate for mediation. But also, you're going to have a chance to find out more about how we work and what you can expect, and make a decision about whether or not you want to actually proceed. This is a voluntary process. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And you're welcome to say no at any time if it doesn't work for you. In that conversation, we also do talk a little bit about scheduling and planning if it is something that you actually want to proceed with. If all the parties decide that they want to do this, then we schedule a meeting. At that meeting, there are 2, sometimes 3 of us mediators, and all of the parties who are involved in the conflict and the dispute. We do that either in person or on Zoom, depending on what's appropriate at the moment. And you can expect it to take between 2 and 3 hours in that ballpark. At that meeting, everybody gets to be heard and everybody gets to listen. And we start to explore what people's actually really needs are and how we can find a way to bring in a resolution agreement that really meets people's needs. In the process of that conversation, you will develop an actual resolution agreement, hopefully. We'll talk more about that in part 3. But that resolution agreement will address everybody's needs to the best of our abilities. And it grows out of that conversation. Question comes up, what happens if the disputants and the mediators know each other? It does happen. West Marin is a small community and a very tight community, and people do know each other. It's not a problem. First thing we do is we find out whether or not people have any concerns about that. We try to address those concerns. If those concerns can't be addressed or people have objections, again, no problem. We just change the personnel to the point where we have a group of people who can work well together. So that's in general outline of how we work and what you can expect in terms of the nuts and bolts of the process. Part 3 will go more into what we call outcome and dive deeper into that resolution agreement. Okay. Again, westmarinmediation.org for more information, and I will see you in part 3.